I'm the gal behind Lucky Lady Quilt Co. And thank you so much for tagging along on the second video of our backyard workshop turned sewing studio renovation. So in the first video, if you didn't watch it, it was pretty much just me talking about the plans for the workshop and different inspo ideas, and then adding drywall. So then in this video, we're just picking up where we left off by adding the joint compound, sanding, painting, and then maybe one of the most terrifying things, installing glass sliding doors. Definitely almost dropped it. Happily, everything was fine. But yeah, so we're slowly getting there, and I'm just so excited for next steps. But I hope you have fun tagging along while we keep renovating the workshop. So let's get into it. Okay, so happily we finally made it through the entire workshop, and we replaced all the plywood with drywall, and I think the entire thing took maybe at least 6 hours to take it all down and put it all back up. Now that the drywall is up, I'm going to go through and cover all of the screw holes with putty or joint compound, to be more specific. Hopefully it won't take too long today, but tomorrow I'll be able to add the tape and then hopefully finish adding the joint compound, and then I can paint. And then we can get on to next steps, which I'm so excited to do. So yeah, I guess let's get a little messy with this joint compound. So I have the joint compound, I have a bucket to mix my joint compound, I have the mud pan, mixing paddle, corner trowels, sander, my drywall taping knives, and that pretty much covers, oh, and a hammer. But that pretty much covers everything that I am using for the drywall setup, or at least applying the joint compound. I was optimistic, thinking I was going to be able to do this in one go, but I totally ended up doing a few different sessions of the joint compound. I also expected this to be messy, but I didn't expect it to be as messy as it was. The amount of joint compound that is on the floor is something that I don't want to think about cleaning it up quite yet. It's too much. Wow. I'm so bad at this. Oh my god. But you know, it's gonna be fine. Hopefully I'll get better as I go on, so wish me luck. I do have to give a big shout out to Kevin, who helped me with the joint compound. There was just so many weird nooks and crannies and hard to reach places, and he was shockingly really good at adding the tape. Now I can finally go through and sand down the entire room, but I'm really hoping that instead of doing it by hand with the sand block, I can use this little tiny unit plus the sandpaper that I just got. I'll get started on sanding and hopefully it goes by fast, but I'm expecting it to take hours and hours. So hopefully just the afternoon. Okay, finally finished sanding. Now I'm gonna clean everything up and then I'm gonna paint tomorrow. Also, oh my god, it's so sweaty. This is so gross. And I thought the joint compound was messy. The sanding was such a mess. I think I have dust every single nook and cranny of the workshop. In the outlets, it was just caked into the floor in the cement cracks and all in my clothes. Yeah, definitely underestimated the mess, and I am so grateful that I had that mask. I definitely couldn't have done it without it. Although I do have to say that cleaning up the dust after sanding was one of the most satisfying things that I have done this far. Happily, the sanding is done, and I went through and swept everything up. I tried to vacuum as much of the dust off the ground as I could, and then I went through and Swiffered the walls, which I never thought I would be doing, but it worked really well getting the dust off. So now the walls are dust free and everything's in a good place. So I am now going to get started painting, which I'm so excited. I honestly have been waiting to paint for so long. So I'm happy about this step. I think sanding might have been the lowest point in all of it. So I ended up only needing to buy this little thing, the roller, and then everything else I had. Conveniently, the paint that we had used for the inside of the house is still good, and I have enough of it that I don't think I'm gonna have to buy paint, which is gonna save me a ton of money. I lucked out, so I'm pretty much just reusing everything that we already had, and yeah, crossing my fingers I don't need to buy more paint. So the paint dried and I think it looks really good, although I think I'm definitely gonna need a second coat because you can like kind of make out a pencil that was on the drywall before I painted. So unfortunately I need to go back to Home Depot and and buy more paint. But I think I only need to get like maybe 2 or 3 gallons and that should cover it. I also definitely did a bit of a shoddy job on applying the joint compound. You can see there was definitely places that I just totally missed sanding, and it wasn't easy for me to see when I was sanding. So now the imperfections are much easier to see now that the paint has been applied. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but like totally did not sand this. So I need to either go back and sand on top of the paint and then repaint, or I just need to putty it and then sand it again. So who knows, but it's fine. It's coming along. I am now starting to get so pumped to do all of the like IKEA and furniture shopping. I also found some building plans for banquet seating. So yeah, it's very daunting, but I am ready for it. Taking a much needed break from the workshop, we ended up going to the mountains and the leaves are finally changing color. It was such a nice break and I really needed it, and I am honestly really excited for sweater weather. I have been sweating so much in this workshop, so bring on the cold weather. I'm here for it. So I think one of the most daunting tasks of this entire workshop renovation, is to replace these doors, like they kind of have an area where you can draw on with chalk, but anywho, they're not really put in well, and there's enough cracks that spiders can come in, so I am replacing them with a glass door that I found on Home Depot for around 600 bucks, but again, I'll save all of the costs and pricing for another video. But yeah, so now we're finally getting around to replacing these doors with the sliding glass door. I ended up getting in touch with Home Depot because on the website they said they didn't have any doors in stock that were the cheaper version that I really wanted. So happily, when I called them, the guy said that I was in luck and they had one left. So we ordered it and they were able to deliver it. No issues there. So now we just need to take out the existing door frame and make sure that it is kind of just structurally sound and ready for the sliding glass door. It is really heavy and we didn't pay any contractors or anyone to help us install it, so this is just Kevin and myself trying to install a sliding glass door, which I have never done in my life, and I kind of hope I never have to do it again. But anywho, I think it'll look really nice. The purpose of it is to eliminate the bugs because they were 100% coming in through the cracks, and also to let in more sunlight and make it a bit more easier to have access in and out, because the doors that are in place now, you have to like unbolt them from the frame, and it was just like a complete mess. So anywho, this is definitely a highlight. I am not looking forward to it, but once it's done, I think I'm gonna be on cloud 9. Happily, everything was structurally sound. There were no weird rivets, divots, anything like that. Actually, no, I'm totally lying. There were definitely some issues in the sense that the sliding glass door was not the exact same measurements as the previous doors. So this is the moment that we realized that we have a different size door and needed to build out the door frame. But I do have to say that I would much rather have a size smaller than like doors that are too small for the frame than doors that are too big, since sending it back, I don't even know how I would have gone about that. But yeah, so now the door fits for the most part, but we do need to go through and figure out how we can fill the gaps. We're gonna use plywood from the workshop that we had taken down from the walls, and then we're gonna use the plywood to frame out the gaps that are between the vinyl siding and the door frame. So we have a plan, and for the most part, I'm very happy that the door fits, but this is also kind of an added step that we didn't expect. So yeah, we need to cut out some plywood. Happily, we have all the tools to do that, but fitting it into this space is, oh my god, it's just, we'll just say it's a DIY project. After much effort, we finally cut out all of the plywood strips, built the frame out, and then went back to the store because we wanted to buy caulk to be a bit more proper with this door installation. So we caulked all of the sides and then finally pushed it back into place, and I am hoping that I never have to remove it ever again, and it's gonna have a long, happy, healthy life with the workshop. So crossing all of my fingers. Also, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. And if you did enjoy watching, I would also just be so grateful if you would like this video or even subscribe to the channel. I am planning to continue to post updates of our workshop build out as it turns more into a sewing studio, workshop, craft space, dream backyard studio. So stay tuned, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.